Caitlyn Shadbolt, an award-winning singer-songwriter from Gympie in Queensland, has been lauded by many of those in the know as one to watch. As a finalist in the 6th season of the X Factor Australia, Caitlyn has secured a recording deal with ABC Music and released her debut album, Songs on My Sleeve, which went straight to number 1 on the ARIA Country Album Chart. The first single from the album, My Breakup Anthem, held the number 1 spot on the National Country Airplay chart for over 8 consecutive weeks and became the second most played song on country radio. I'm absolutely convinced her latest sensational single, Wildflowers, that I played just a minute ago, is sure to meet with the same, if not greater, level of success. Now, Caitlyn was recognised for her achievements by winning the CMC Award for Best New Artist, along with a nomination for Female Artist of the Year. Caitlyn's second album, Stages, produced hit singles including Edge of the Earth and Bones. The album was co-produced by Caitlyn herself, with all vocals and acoustic guitar being recorded in her makeshift home studio during lockdown. This year, she will embark on an even bigger creative project, recording and producing her third album with partner Matt Smith in their newly built studio. And I'm very much looking forward to hearing the result of that endeavour. And I think I might have already heard it with this latest single of hers. But anyway, I'll explore that with her when she comes on air. I first interviewed Caitlyn back in June of this year, and I'm truly delighted to again have her standing by on the phone, waiting to have a chat with me. So let's bring this highly talented songstress on air without any further delay. Hello, Caitlyn. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, you're more than welcome. I really enjoyed our conversation last time back in June, and I've been looking forward to doing it again. So I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to do that today. So welcome to the Country Club. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so let's get into it. Tell us the story behind Wildflowers. Did you write that yourself, or was it a co-write?
Yeah, Wildflowers. Yeah, it was a co-write. So I wrote this song with Gavin Carfoot, who also co-wrote Homemade Honey, which was the single that I released just before this one.
Okay.
And I also co-wrote this with Tori Dark. So we just got together and, I mean, we didn't really have any set plans. It was kind of, you know, maybe writing for me, maybe writing for Tori. At the time, we weren't really sure.
Okay.
And we just really, you know, came up with this kind of concept and idea and really, really liked it. And then, yeah, I guess you could say it kind of just sat in you know, with the mix of songs for a few months. And then when it came time for me to select songs and record the album, yeah, I don't know, I kept coming back to this song. So I, you know, talked to Tori and she was like, yeah, go for it. You can record the song. And here we are. Rest is history. Okay,
all right. Yeah, Tori's a great. She's a great artist. I've got a lot of time for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to hear that you collaborated with her on this song, because she's a very talented girl, much like yourself, obviously.
That's right. There's a lot of talent here in Australia, isn't there?
Oh, shit. We're swimming in it. It's just amazing. You know how many really talented people we do have in this country. And it's worth celebrating. It really is, you know.
Absolutely.
And I'm proud to support it. You know, given the opportunity here in community radio, I'm thoroughly thrilled to, to be able to support artists like yourself who might not otherwise be heard. You know, so.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's so nice for stations like yourself and for other community radio stations to be playing the local Australian artists, because I'm sure I'm not speaking out of school saying this, but a lot of the commercial stations really are playing most of the American stuff that's charting and whatnot. So it's really nice to be, for us little guys to be supported by community radio.
Yeah, look, as far as I'm concerned, that's one of the core functions of community radio is to support local artists, you know, so I'm absolutely delighted to take on that role. Now, let's talk some more about this song Wildflowers, in connection with what I mentioned in the intro about your new recording studio that you got at home now. Was that recorded in your new studio?
It was, yeah. So the studio was a bit of a pandemic project, as I like to call it.
Okay, yeah.
And when I say my partner and I built the studio, I meant I picked the paint colours and he did absolutely everything else. But yeah, it's been a really beautiful space to just have this separate, space to create in. And yeah, this time around I actually invited all the boys in my band that play the live shows with me to come up and record the songs.
Okay.
And I feel like it's made such a beautiful difference because the boys in the band obviously we play together, so we know each other and they kind of know my sound and my style and what I like to hear creatively. So, I feel like the creative outcome was really positive because of that. So, yeah, it was a really fun little project.
Sounds great. Yeah. Well, I think it's just really nice to have your own space, to record your work. It takes so much, of the stress out of it, I think, anyway.
Absolutely.
And
there's also a lot less time restraints. And then I guess financially, there's a bit more flexibility to just, if you need to re-record something, then you can just pop in and do it without needing to hire another studio and pay, hundreds of dollars just to fix one little part.
Yeah. And getting on Zoom and all that sort of stuff.
Yes, I know. It's it really makes the creative stuff a bit more blocked and restricted. But look, we do what we do. But yeah, this is certainly the ideal situation.
I agree. I think that'd be an amazing facility to have. At your own leisure.
Yeah.
All right. Now, again on that subject, what's the prospect of another album coming up soon?
Pretty good. I've pretty much finished recording all the songs. So we've set a release date for next year, early next year.
Wow.
And it's just a case of getting, the collection together and, coming up with artwork and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, and I've got one more song coming out this year as well, before the year's out.
Okay.
So yeah, looking forward to next year to have like a full body of work, because I think it will have been, a solid 3 years or something since I've released an official record. Right. So yeah, it'll be really nice to just have that project out and be able to play some shows around it and whatnot, and share some new music with the world.
Excellent stuff. I look forward to that. I really do, because I don't have all that much of your material in my playlist, and I really would like some more. So it's good to hear that there's an album in the tubes and another single coming out soon. So yep, good stuff. Yep. Love it.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
As am I. Terrific. And I'm happy to play it. I really am. I mean, I do like your material. And that's been fairly consistent with pretty much all the stuff of yours I've heard so far, and I'm sure that'll continue. So
yeah.
Now you're based in Gympie, which must be pretty close to the Gympie muster, I'm thinking.
It is. You know what? Surprisingly, it's not that close. It's still about a 40-minute drive.
Oh, really?
Because the Gympie muster is actually located in Amamore, the state forest. So it's not like it's in the local town centre. It's it's in a state forestry.
Okay.
But in saying that, it's the closest you can possibly get to it. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be closer than Tamworth.
Absolutely, that's right. Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing. But you performed at the Gympie Muster. How did that go?
Oh, it was amazing. I had such a fun show. Had a really great spot. Played Saturday night at the Crowbar. Beautiful crowd. Had the whole band there. It was such a fun gig. And I mean, that festival's always so much fun.
Yeah.
It really is an honour every year that I get to play it. It's an honour.
Speaking of festivals, we've got the Tamworth coming up in January. You got a slot there?
No, I don't have a slot there this year. I thought I decided that I'm going to wait until the record's out and then go the following year, just because the travel costs and honestly the accommodation costs are just exorbitant, to be honest.
I know.
So
that's if you can find accommodation.
Well, exactly. That's right. Yeah, it's a lot of travel and let alone accommodating a band and covering costs is a lot, especially in 2025 when cost of living's crazy as it is. So a few things to consider.
I think that's a very wise choice on your part. It's good to go up there with an album under your belt. because it makes the trip worthwhile, I think, and you've got something to to show the public, that's a good product and something that you can be proud of, and what have you, so.
Yeah.
All right, and speaking of being proud, you must be quite proud of your many achievements as a musician, I would suspect.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really interesting because as much as, anyone has achieved what they have, we're always, I think I can speak for everyone, we're always looking forward. We're not really looking back. So It's always like, what's next and what do I still yet to achieve and how can I make this better and whatnot. So, yeah, it's really nice to take a moment to look back and go, oh, yeah, wow, I've done all this cool stuff. But I will say 90% of the time I'm focused on the forward stuff and everything I haven't achieved yet.
Okay. Well, it's always nice to have a goal to aim for, or one or two anyway. Just to, keep yourself busy and keep the clock ticking.
Right.
Keep it all ticking over.
The industry's forever evolving too, so it really is a case of trying to just keep up to stay relevant and stay in the game, honestly. But it's we still enjoy it, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just got to keep going with it, otherwise people will forget, and you don't want that to happen. Now, I've got to ask, what's been your most memorable experience so far as a performer?
Oh, that's a really good question. I mean, aside from being on a live TV show on X Factor, that was obviously a very life-changing and memorable moment.
Yeah.
Anytime that I mean, my first time going to Nashville was phenomenal. I also had this opportunity to go to Bali and write a bunch of songs with people from all over the world. That was a huge, really exciting week. And then honestly, when I think about my favorite achievements, it's always gigs, and it's actually always crowds. I really remember the crowds and the gigs. So
right,
I've got quite a handful of really memorable shows.
Okay, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's just like you just never know. I'm sure I'll be adding to that in the years to come as well.
Okay, fair enough. No worries. Look, and here's another question I like to ask people. Why country music? I mean, of all the genres you could have picked to work in, why country?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to be honest, there was two main factors. The first is that I grew up listening to country music. I live in Gympie. My folks were listening to Shania Twain over and over, which is fantastic. I love that.
Okay.
But of course, I grew up listening to Jimmy Barnes and Chisel and stuff as well. But when I was in high school, I had this beautiful opportunity to join this kind of after-school program that was like a country music school of excellence, I think they called it. So basically, you got to join a band, learn country music, and perform it at local pubs every weekend. Okay. So I guess for me, wanting to be a musician and learn my craft and be in a band, it just naturally became the country music thing. And then the more that I played and learned, the more I fell in love with the genre. And then it just kind of, I don't know, I just fell into it and it made sense to me. So
okay, yeah, fair enough. All makes sense to me, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So, which leads me into this question: if you hadn't become a musician, what do you think you'd be doing now?
Well, if you'd asked me, 5 or 10 years ago, I don't know. I actually have no idea. It's kind of like I'd probably just be a musician. However, okay, I am now. I am also a naturopath, which I became fully qualified for that last year. So,
sorry, what was that?
I'm a naturopath.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, so during COVID, when we, were all twiddling our thumbs, I decided to chase down another passion of mine that I have, and I did a Bachelor of Health Science.
Okay.
And this time last year, I officially graduated and got my certification and whatnot.
Wow.
So for the past 12 months, I've been doing that as well.
Excellent.
So, yeah, I guess you could say if I wasn't a muso, I'd be a naturopath, but I just happened to be doing both at the same time. So,
well, yeah. That's a perfect place to be, isn't it? But yeah. I think it must be a comfort, especially given the nature of the music industry, which can be pretty fickle. You can be there one day and gone the next.
Yes.
But so it is nice. I think it's or comforting, or whatever you want to, however you want to describe it. But to have something to fall back on in case something goes wrong,
Yeah, 100%. And also, it's not even to fall back on, but also just to take the pressure off, so you can actually just make music, enjoy it, and not feel like every day is a life or death scenario as to whether you've got enough gigs to pay your bills.
Right.
You can just let it be what it is and enjoy it and have a great time, and also have some stability in the background.
That's a very good idea, I think. It sort of I mean, I remember when I started playing, back in the '60s, and there was work everywhere, and I was in a band that was making money, and I was actually earning more money than my dad, and he had a pretty good job, and a really good income. And I said to him one day, look, and I was an apprentice at the time, and I said, look, I want to give the apprenticeship away, and I want to become a professional musician. And he advised me to not do that, to at least finish my apprenticeship and then make that decision. And he was right. He was absolutely on the money, because by the time I finished my apprenticeship, I wasn't playing in a band anymore.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It can be, you can have 1 year of so much awesome success, and then the next can be really, really quiet. And it's so dependent on a million different things. So and I think most of us artists are doing something else as well to support themselves. So it's the way it is.
It is the way it is. I think there's very few artists, I think, who are actually making a good living out of the music. They've all got something else on the side there just to keep things going. Put food on the table.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's all righty. So here's another weird question that you might not like, but anyway, I've got to. If you could pick 3 people to be on stage with, any 3 people, who would they be?
Ooh, I always get so caught out with these questions. The first person that always comes to mind is John Mayer. I just think playing a gig with that guy would be the best thing ever.
Really?
Yeah, I absolutely love John Mayer.
Okay.
I mean, you'd have to choose Shania Twain, surely. That's pretty iconic. And a third person, I don't know. I mean, I love Sabrina Carpenter. She's a modern little pop star moment.
All right.
Let's go with those 3. Otherwise, I'll be here for too long trying to decide.
Fair enough. But thanks for trying. I appreciate it.
Yes, okay.
Okay, now we're nearly out of time. We've got a couple of minutes left, but let's just go through what's coming up next for you. What do you got in the way of upcoming gigs or festivals, tours, whatever?
Yeah, I've got one more festival for the rest of the year. It's actually at Rainbow Beach here, so pretty close to me.
Right.
It's called This Is Livin' Fest.
Okay.
So, that's going to be good. It's a bit of an Aussie rock kind of festival, which is really exciting. So, I'm looking forward to that. And then it's pretty much just another single release, and then Christmas time, obviously. That chaos.
Everything.
And then getting ready for 2026. Really putting some more shows in the tank.
Sure, no worries. All right. Now I'll sign off, but look, later on when I remember, I might send you our mailing address here at the studio. When your album comes out next year, if you could please send me a CD.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great, because I'd love to get some tracks off that, and pad out your stuff on my playlist. Because
that'd be great.
As I said earlier, I don't have enough. I need some more. So. Okay.
Well, we can soon sort that out.
Excellent. All right. Look, thank you so much, Caitlyn, for taking the time to have this chat with me today. I really do appreciate it. And it's something I will, after, this is the second time we've done it, and it just makes me want to do it again. So I'll look forward to the next opportunity, maybe when your single comes out, closer to Christmas and whatever. But let's see how we go. But again, thank you so much, and I do appreciate it, as I said, and I look forward to next time we do it.
No problems at all. Thanks for having me. We'll most certainly do it again.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. And take care, be safe, and, just keep on doing what you're doing, because you're doing it well.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay. All right. See you later, Caitlyn, and as I said, all the best to you. And a Merry Christmas if I don't talk to you before then.
Yeah, I know. That'll be the next thing.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye for now, Caitlyn.
See ya.
Okay, bye-bye.